Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we are taking a look at the newly upgraded Senso Wings TW10 wireless earbuds. I got these to replace my aging Samsung Level U wireless earbuds, which, while they have served me well over the past few years, have a few issues that bother me that I'm hoping these Senso earbuds solve. First, I'm ready for truly wireless earbuds. When I purchased my Samsung earbuds, most Bluetooth earbuds at the time were still connected with a band. A few years ago, they moved to just a wire connecting the two buds, but I didn't feel that that was much of an upgrade, so I stuck with my Samsung ones. However, I believe the technology with truly wireless earbuds has finally arrived where you don't need those and will still have strong connectivity with your earbuds. Secondly, while these Samsung ones have worked great, they've never quite gotten loud enough compared to other headphones in general that I've used. And lastly, I went for a jog one time in the rain, and these Samsung earbuds actually shocked me when they got wet. So I wanted to find something that at the very least are officially rated for water resistance. So with that said, do the Senso Wings solve these issues? Are they a much cheaper, budget-friendly option than, say, Apple AirPods or Bose Sport earbuds? Or do you need to spend at least $100 or so to find a pair of earbuds that actually work well? Well, let's dive in and find out. The Senso Wings are not the first truly wireless earbuds that I've owned. In fact, the first pair I bought and used were actually purchased well before Apple even released their Apple AirPods. However, the biggest issues with these devices when they first came out was that you'd constantly lose connection between the two earbuds, and the battery life wasn't great as we didn't have the ultra low power consumption that we now have with Bluetooth 5.0. While Apple wasn't first with these devices, they certainly solved these two issues when they released their wireless earbuds, which then helped rocket the rest of the industry forward, causing most other big name brands to release wireless earbuds, like Samsung, Bose, and even Amazon. It also caused the tech to jump in third-party, budget-friendly options, which is where the earbuds we're reviewing today fall. But before we jump into the actual review and my thoughts after using these Senso Wings, as always in my reviews, I do like to run through the specs real quick. As I mentioned, they do have Bluetooth 5.0, which gives us much better battery life, as well as virtually lag-free audio. This means if you're watching a video on your phone, the audio and video should be in sync, whereas with previous versions of Bluetooth, you'd notice the audio lagging behind the video just a touch. They also feature 13mm drivers, which are upgraded from the previous version of the Senso wireless earbuds, which had a 10mm driver. And just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective, most wireless earbuds, like the Sensos, fall in the range of 8mm to 15mm, and the upgrade allows them to have a bit more bass than the previous generation. They claim that you should get up to 6 hours of use per charge, and the carrying case has a 500 milliamp battery built in, which should give you a total of 30 hours of use before needing to recharge the entire system. Now, as I mentioned previously, one issue I had with my Samsungs is that while they were marketed as sweat and water resistant, they didn't have any kind of official IPX rating. And then one time while I was jogging out in the rain, I actually got a bit of a shock from them around my neck. Luckily, these are officially rated IPX6, which means that they can withstand high pressure, heavy sprays of water. They are not completely waterproof, which requires an IPX rating of 7 or 8, but they should withstand any type of sweat or rain when working out. They also feature a max wireless range of 10 to 12 meters, which for us Americans would equate to about 33 to 40 feet of range. And lastly, they feature a microphone on both earbuds, and the Bluetooth 5.0 chip also features what's called CVC 8.0 noise cancellation, which simply means that during phone calls, the person you're speaking to should hear your voice loud and clear, and the background noise around you should automatically be lowered with them or for them with the built-in AI. I believe that's it for the specs, at least the ones that matter to most people. So now let's go ahead and jump into my actual review and what I think about these after using them for some time at home leisurely, as well as at the gym while working out. Now there are a few issues I found with them, which I'll mention first and just get out of the way, since typically that's what makes or breaks most people's decision when they decide to purchase budget-friendly devices. As I mentioned earlier, an issue I've run into with truly wireless earbuds is that occasionally one of the earbuds will lose connection. I've found this to be true even with testing big name earbuds like the Apple AirPods or Samsung's earbuds, and this is no different with the Senso wings. Now it's definitely better than it used to be when it comes to truly wireless earbuds, because I remember when using wireless earbuds before the AirPods even come out, you'd have one of the buds constantly disconnecting quite frequently, and it could last for several seconds or even indefinitely, to the point that you'd have to disconnect and reconnect the earbuds entirely to fix it. This is the big thing Apple fixed with the release of their AirPods. While the AirPods do occasionally lose connection in one of the earbuds, it happens for just a split of a second, and then the audio comes right back. And I've never had the issue where it wouldn't connect entirely to where you'd have to disconnect them and reconnect them. And now this is true with the Senso wings as well. They've come a long way. During a week of using them leisurely at home and at the gym every single day, I had it happen 2 or 3 times total. I'm typically at the gym for 2 hours per day and use them for an hour or 2 at home each day while testing. And also each time one of the earbuds did disconnect, it would reconnect almost instantaneously. I've never had them disconnect for more than half a second, nor did I ever need to disconnect them and reconnect them to get them working again. It would just immediately bring the audio back into my ear. So while this isn't a deal breaker for me, and honestly is almost a non-issue, I do think it's still important to note because in terms of connectivity, I'd place them on par with any of the big brands like Apple, Samsung, Bose, or even Amazon. However, it's still an issue, and I'm looking forward to the day when there are never any connectivity issues and they truly become on par with earbuds that do have the band or the wire that connects the two, like my Samsung Level U earbuds. With those type of devices, I never experience any connectivity issues. If you're a bass head, these are not the earbuds for you. While I personally think they sound great and offer a wide dynamic range and allow you to hear everything crisp and clear, they do favor the highs, which some people just don't like. In their defense, I think they have plenty of bass, and again, this isn't really a negative, as I do think they sound great overall, and for a budget-friendly pair of earbuds, I'm shocked at how well they sound, to be completely honest. In fact, I'd argue they sound better than my Samsung Level U earbuds, which cost me double the price. I just know some people love heavy bass, so thought it was worth mentioning that these are not the wireless earbuds for those that love bass. But to be honest, most in-ear earbuds are not going to produce tons of bass for you anyways. And one other note regarding the bass, there's a lot of reviews out that say that these things have no bass at all and are super high-end and even tinty sounding. And when I first put them in my ears, I also experienced this. But after switching out the tips to the larger ones, which made them fit nice and snug in my ear canals, this fixed the issue immediately and provided much more bass and took a lot of that tinty sound away. I think a lot of the time people are just lazy and don't actually try out the different ear tips that come with headphones to see which ones fit best. And these ones do come with the default tips and then a size smaller and a size larger, which hopefully means you'll find a set that fits perfectly for your ears. Another issue I have with them is that there is no way to adjust the volume using the built-in touch controls directly on the headphones. You can play or pause, you can skip forward and backward, you can answer and reject a call, and you can pull up your personal assistant, whether that's Siri, Google Assistant, or Amazon. But they don't include a way to adjust the volume, and you have to do so using your smartphone or whatever other device you have them connected to. Again, this isn't a huge issue for me, as once I have the volume set, I don't really adjust it too much, plus typically, I have whatever device I'm using within arm's reach. However, still would be nice to have a way of doing it directly from the earbuds. Most of the negative things I've mentioned up to this point could be labeled as slight annoyances. However, there is one big issue that I actually have with these earbuds and with Senso as a company as a whole. The fact that there are several straight up lies on their Amazon listing that just aren't true. First, they claim to have active noise cancellation right on their Amazon listing, but they don't. What they are referring to is the CVC 8.0 noise cancellation I mentioned earlier, which is automatically built into them via the Bluetooth chip that they are using, and again are for the person that you are talking to on a phone call. They do nothing for yourself. It's still a great technology and makes phone calls much better for the person on the receiving end, but this is not active noise cancellation, which is exactly what they list on their Amazon listing that they have. Active noise cancellation would mean that they get rid of the background noise for you as the user, whether you're listening to music or watching videos or whatever. Personally, I don't even care that they don't have active noise cancellation, as for this price, I wouldn't expect it anyways. Plus, typically in-ear earbuds seal enough in your ears that they block out most noise once you're playing anything anyways. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but these earbuds only cost $60 brand new. And in fact, I only paid $40 for them with a $20 off coupon. Even Apple AirPods don't include active noise cancellation unless you get the AirPods Pro, which costs $250. That's $50 more than their normal AirPods. Again, I don't care that they don't have it, I care that they lied about it. Also, in their listing, they say that these are waterproof. They use that exact word. Again, they are not. While they are officially rated IPX6, this does not mean they can be submerged underwater, which is what waterproof means. That would be a rating of IPX7 or 8. They are water resistant, not waterproof. The last issue is that the times and stats for things change depending on whether you are looking at the graphics or text description on their Amazon listing. For example, in one of the graphics, it says up to 6 hours of use per charge, but in the text description, it says up to 8 hours. Then on the box itself that they come in, it says 5 to 6 hours. And this is the same for other numbers, like the maximum range, for example. Again, for the price of these things, even if they just chose the lowest number and went with it, I still think they'd be a great buy in terms of how they perform overall and how they've performed as I've used them over the last couple weeks, despite these negative and even straight up lies. The rest of this review is going to be positive, and my overall recommendation is going to be that they are worth the money, and I would buy them again without any hesitation. So I'm not sure why they feel the need to not kind of have all their ducks in a row. So with that said, let's jump into what I love about them. First and foremost, the price, obviously. These things cost $60, and like I said, when I bought them, they had a coupon on Amazon for $20 off, which means I got these things for just 40 bucks. For this review, for the sake of talking about cost to value ratio, I'm going to assume that they're going to cost you $60 and won't be on sale, which I still think they are completely worth it. However, just know that if you are willing to be patient, you can probably find them on sale at some point again. I love the tech that you're getting for the price. The inclusion of Bluetooth 5.0 is a huge win for me, as I like to catch up on other creators' YouTube videos while I'm at the gym, on like the treadmill or elliptical or any other machine like that. And the fact that I can now watch them without the audio and video being out of sync is awesome. The battery life has been phenomenal. In fact, even though I mentioned that they are all over the place with their numbers, the box versus the pictures versus the Amazon listing itself, and said that they should just choose the lowest number and go with it, I actually think it could be quite a bit higher than the lowest numbers they use. For example, I can use these for 2 hours at the gym, and according to my phone, they will still be at 90% battery remaining when I go to stick them back in the case after I'm done. I also love that they have an IPX6 rating, and I know that using them while jogging in the rain or while sweating at the gym isn't going to be a huge problem, especially since I'm personally a very heavy sweater. Also, I'll be happy to never get shocked by a pair of headphones again. Hopefully. Even while at the gym around tons of other people and Bluetooth devices, I had zero issues with connectivity, besides the 2 or 3 times I mentioned during the entire week where one earbud, the left one specifically, would lose sound for just a split of a second. Even if I were to leave my phone at a station and walk away to get another piece of equipment or whatever, there was never any drop in connectivity or interference from other Bluetooth devices. Another issue with truly wireless earbuds like these, or even ones like my Samsung that have the band or the wire, is that they sometimes don't get quite loud enough. The Sensos have no problem getting loud enough, and for the first time in a long time with small earbuds like these, I don't have to find myself maxing out the volume in loud places like the gym. Also, if you do need to max them out, they don't become distorted at all and still sound crisp and clear. Just don't hurt your ears. Now, typically with earbuds, I like the tips with the wings on them. However, these do it a bit differently by using what they call a 60-degree twist lock. At first, I found it a bit weird to get used to that twist lock and the way that you have to put them in your ears, and it would take me a couple seconds to get them in. However, now it's quite natural, and they really do lock in place once you have them in. I could be doing burpees, running on the treadmill, whatever, and they just don't budge at all. I love it. The touch controls, while not having any type of volume control, do work great for everything else. You can pause or play, answer and end a phone call by tapping on either earbud. I love the fact that you can do it on either earbud. You can skip forward by double tapping on the right and skip backward by double tapping on the left. And you can pull up your personal assistant by holding either side for 2 seconds, and it has always worked flawlessly for me. Side note, while you can adjust the volume manually with the earbuds, and I did mention that as a negative earlier in this review, you can pull up your assistant and have your assistant lower or raise the volume without actually having to do it on your phone manually. I do still wish they had a button for adjusting the volume though. Another feature I love is that you can use these independently from each other. So let's say you're taking a phone call, you can just pull out one of the earbuds, doesn't matter which one, and it'll connect to your phone just like normal. And then what's even cooler is, let's say that you finish a phone call or whatever and you decide you want to start playing some music. You can pull out the second one and it instantly pairs to the other earbud and to your phone and just starts working without having to do anything further. And while I did mention that they don't actually have active noise cancellation, the included CVC noise cancellation means if you call someone, even if you're in a loud environment like a gym, they should have no issue hearing you loud and clear on their end, which makes them great for phone calls overall. For example, I called my wife while at the gym and she said they sounded amazing and even drowned out a lot of the background noise and muffled it. In fact, she said they were way better than any other Bluetooth devices that I use to call her, like the one in my car, and she preferred them over it. Overall, I wasn't expecting much when ordering these headphones, but I knew the previous versions have always been rated pretty decently, so I figured I would give them a try. Personally, I don't like something like the AirPods or the Samsung Buds because I want something that wraps all the way around my ear that I know are going to stay in place because of doing things like burpees and stuff and a lot of very high intensity workouts. I tend to have problems with those types falling out of my ears. And since I mainly are going to be using these for working out at the gym, it just made sense to find something that I knew wasn't going to budge. And like I said, with that twist lock, they seriously do not move at all. When I'm home, I have my main headphones, the Audio-Technica ATH M50s, which I've also reviewed on this channel. And that's what I use most of the time when I'm home. So I didn't want to spend another couple $100s on another pair of expensive earbuds just for the gym. Even though I wasn't expecting much though and didn't want to spend a lot of money, these blew me out of the water, if I'm being completely honest, and I would easily purchase them again, assuming they last in terms of longevity. The biggest problem I find with budget-friendly devices is that sometimes, and not always, they don't quite last as long as the more expensive counterparts. They're not built to last, things like that. However, for the price that I paid for these, I could buy 5 pairs before I'd reach the price of the Apple AirPods, and I don't think the AirPods sound much better than these do, if at all. If you're interested in picking up a pair for yourself, I'll link them down in the description below. They normally run $60, but again, if you're patient, you may be able to find them for 40 bucks like I did. However, as I said earlier, even at $60, 10 out of 10 would recommend, and I'd buy them in a heartbeat, personally. They're a great pair of truly wireless earbuds, and I think the technology has finally gotten to the place that I don't ever see myself going back to any other type of earbud going forward. And with that said, thanks so much for watching, and I hope this review helped you out. If it did, please don't forget to leave a like on the video. It helps me out tremendously. And also, if you like videos related to tech and gaming, then make sure to smash the red subscribe button below, as well as ring the bell next to it to be notified when I post new videos. And until next time, peace out, everybody.